cycle of fourths and fifths. Cycle, as the name denotes, is like a clock with musical notes instead of numbers. Cycle of fourths and fifths has to do with movement or sequence. When movement is done towards the right direction, we term it as clockwise direction or clockwise movement. And then when movement is also done towards the left direction, we term it as anticlockwise direction or anticlockwise movement. Okay, so cycle also helps us to analyze the accidentals in major scales. In the key of C, for instance, it doesn't have any accidentals, meaning there's no sharps and flats. Okay, so this is a diagram for the cycle of fourth and fifths. From our previous discussion, we said moving from the left to the right is termed as clockwise movement. So clockwise movements, we move in fifths. And then moving from the right to the left is termed anticlockwise. We move in fourths. With PC being our reference, we can see that J is the fifth of C. Key J also being our reference, we can see that D is a 5 of G. A is also a 5 of D. E is a 5 of A. It continues like that. And then, watching from the anticlockwise direction, F is a fourth of C. B flat is a fourth of F. It also follows in that direction. Cycle of fourths and fifths has to do with movements. With C being our reference, C is going to be 1, G 5. These are in terms of number system or degrees. D is going to be 2, A is going to be 6, E is going to be 3, B is going to be 7, G flat, flat 5, D flat, flat 2, A flat, flat 6, E flat, flat 3, B flat, flat 7, F 4. Okay, so this is what we are saying. Your target is to play 1. Okay, 1 is your target. You want to go to 1. The cycle of fourths and fifths is saying you can play a 5 before you play the 1. If you want to also play a 5, you can play a 2 before you play a 5. If you want to play a 2, you can also play a 6 before you play a 2. You can also play a 3 before you play a 6. You can play 1 before you play a 4. To even play 1, you can even start from here. You can play 6, 2, 5, then to 1. You can even do this also. You can do this. So you can play at 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay, so we'll demonstrate and then. So we are going to use Here I Am to Worship to illustrate, still in the key of C. Okay, so the movement I'm playing here is 1, 7, 6, 5, and then 4. Then from our discussion, we can do a flat 5 before we hit the 7. So it means I can do this. Cycle, you can do a flat 5 before a 7, if you remember the diagram. Okay, so let's continue. 6, we can also do a 3 before the 6. So let's fuse it in and let's see. Okay. And then we are now going to the 5. We can also do a 2 before the 5. So let's fuse it in and let's see that one too. Okay, and then we are now going to the 4. We can also do a 1 to the 4. To the 1, so we can also do a 5 to the 1. Okay, so now let's cycle the song.